In this video, we will show you the hair transplant journeys of 3 patients. So let's get started.
To choose this clinic, cost wise, services wise, it's all awesome. 5 to 6 years, and then it continuously started following, and now this is a condition. What you can see, hair is very thin, my hairline is also a little back. From that point of time, now I'm working in a healthcare sector as a consultant, and every time I'm getting a lot of clients who I interact with, and sometimes I feel very low. All the doctors are amazing, the staff is amazing. I don't know how many surgeries they have done, they're so skillful. I get a hairstyle like Sunil Chhetri, who's my idol for Indian football, and she said, definitely we can go ahead with. Hi everyone, so my name is Ankitesh and I came all the way from Saudi Arabia, basically in Riyadh, to QHT, and this is my first day and I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, there are a lot of factors I've chose QHT Clinic. First of all, the results of all the patients who already we can see in the social media and Instagram and YouTube, and I actually connected some of them and they have given me very positive review about QHT. And he talked all about his transformation journey. So I think that gives me a little confident, to choose this clinic. Cost-wise, services-wise, it's all awesome. Yeah, so I think back in 2016 when I was doing my bachelor's, it started. I'm just following through. My hair got thinning, and sometimes it goes off. When I use comb, a lot of, because my hair is a little curly, so I witnessed like 5 to 6 years, and then it continuously started following. And now this is a condition. What you can see, hair is very thin. My hairline is also, a little back. So I'm looking forward to it in QHT Clinic, that they will give me a really great success story. Hair is something which always gives you a high level of confidence when you speak. In bachelor's, I was in the service industry, and being in the face-to-face client, you have to look confident. But how would you look confident if you don't have like that such hairs, which always adds on your confidence itself? So from that point of time, now I'm working in a healthcare sector as a consultant, and every time I'm getting a lot of clients who I interact with, and sometimes I feel very low, that how to prove the point confidently. And because of this hair fall, I always try to think that, okay, shall I cover it or something? Shall I wear some hair patch or something, just to give that aura in front of the client? But this hair fall actually decreases your confidence a lot. So that's why I'm here in QHT. So for the last couple of years, I think 2 years, I was wearing this hair patch. It's a clip system. So I've used it for a long period of time, but you find a lot of rashes wherever the clip is being stuck, and sometimes it's very, very uncomfortable while you're sleeping, or maybe you have to remove it every time and then use the tape, put it at the back. It's very difficult for me to use it every day. So this is a permanent one, and I'm really looking forward to it. Yes. Yeah. So yes, I've actually tried a lot of desi nuskhas, as you say, and the oils, the onion oil I've tried, and then I've tried mini oxidinal. It also affects a bit, but not much. You do not see results very soon, but you have to use it for a longer period of time. And we had the finasteride as a medication, but again, I'm not satisfied with the results. So I think this is the permanent thing, what I'm going to do today. Yes, so being a healthcare consultant for like last 1.5 year, yes, actually, people usually little bit, it's very common. People get worried about the transplant. They get some nervous is like very a common phenomena. You can feel any of the patients first time entering in some hair transplant clinic. Today also, my BP was quite high because I was so anxious the first time I met to the doctor, but now I'm feeling like a little bit relaxed after consultation. And yes, I think parents are the only supporters for you. you should definitely you don't have to be very shy in saying that. Even my friends know that I'm going to come for the hair transplant, because it's visible to everyone, and you have to be very confident now if you are taking this step forward. Being into the healthcare consultant already, but my hobbies, I follow a lot of football, and I see people, I don't know whether you know this guy, his name's Chetri, who's the Indian football captain. And I just want to look like him. I wanted to be like him, even in the look, because he always have this military cut and small. So that's kind of an expectations I'm carrying out. I'm not a fan of keeping a big, long, dusty hairs, but yes, the short one is fine, and that's my preferable kind of expectations I came up with. And I'm definitely sure the QHT can deliver that. Yeah, so I think now I have to go to OT. Maybe they will design and everything. Little nervous, being very frank with you, but yeah, it's quite a big expectations, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. Let's see how it goes. So now I'm going to the surgery, and then I will meet you right back after my surgery. Yeah.
As you can see his picture on screen, our experts analyzed his scalp condition and diagnosed his baldness as diffuse grade 6, in which his hairline has receded and the hairline zone appears entirely bald. Frontal area was severely thinned and mid-scalp also showcased thinning. But in that area, healthy existing follicles were also present, which contribute in the density. Behind it, the crown region retained its swirl, but the volume there was too low and needs surgical intervention. This condition of his scalp made him look older when he was just 27 years old. The sides and back of the scalp had a lot of healthy hair, and the highlighted area was the donor zone, which is densely populated from where we extract follicles to cover recipient area. If you're also noticing hair thinning, you can simply share your pictures with us or visit on our nearest clinic to you in Haridwar, Delhi, Gurgaon, or Hyderabad. After completing the baldness analysis, our experts moved to the next step by trimming his existing hair to get a clear and unobstructed view of the scalp. Once the trimming was done, the scalp was cleansed using a medical-grade solution to ensure proper hygiene before the procedure. Then the hairline was designed according to his round face shape. In this, firstly, our experts marked the midpoint, measuring the distance from the glabella point. And then using a laser hairline designing tool, the hairline was crafted, and this is how final hairline looked, which would provide a natural framing to his face. Along with it, the entire affected area was outlined, including the frontal area, mid-scalp, and crown region. If you're also noticing hair thinning, you can simply share your pictures with us. Our doctors will help you understand your current stage and guide you to the best. Once the hairline was finalized, the procedure began, during which once again the entire scalp was disinfected using the medicated solution to eliminate bacteria and minimize the risk of infection. Then the anesthesia was given in the recipient and donor areas to make the procedure completely painless. Then the slits were created using the slit creation blade in the recipient area. Once the slits were created, the extraction and implantation began following the QHT technique, which has 98% graft survival rate. Patient also shared his during the surgery experience. Let's hear from him how his surgery was going.
Feeling any pain right now, but the way I said already, that the only pain I felt when this anesthesia was there, but after that the procedure is very smooth, and it's really amazing. No pain. Great actually. I told you they're very expert what they're doing. I don't know how much surgeries they have already done, so I trust the process, and I'm really looking forward to it.
After 10 to 12 hours, his surgery was completed, and after that, he shared his post-surgery experience.
And I just went to the OT, and coming outside, taking care. All the doctors was amazing. The staff was amazing. I don't know how many surgeries they have done. They're so skillful. For the pain purpose, I don't think so I have that kind of pain. But yes, anesthesia might be gives a little pain to you. But after that, the procedure goes so smooth. And I would say satisfaction and hospitality was top of the mark. And definitely you should think about QHT once you are planning for your hair transplant. Well, hair transplant is something very crucial for most of the people, because when you wake up early in the morning, you look at your face in the mirror, you not only carry the confidence, but you also have a motivation. Yeah, to attend the meetings or maybe the interviews or something like that. But I think hair transplantation is something very crucial for everyone, and it's important to search all over the internet that what is the best clinic. You can find it out, and I think for me. Even I found QHT in social media itself, and I think looking at the results, and now personally experiencing, I can say this is the best clinic. For the fear part, I don't think so because I'm here without my parents. Because, I grown up in a very humble family where my parents are always being controlling, not letting me go out. But this time I'm alone with my brother itself, and I think I have taken the decision, and I have no regret out of it. There's no problem. It's painless and it's amazing experience, I'm telling you. Yeah, so earlier it was supposed to be 5,200, but I asked specially to my doctors that I want some aggressive hairlines from start, and I also asked her that if I get a hairstyle like Sunil Chhetri, who's my idol for Indian football, and she said definitely we can go ahead with. Pretty much happy with my hairline. I think it is aggressive. And now I'll be carrying confidence plus motivations and is equals to satisfaction. That's what I will say. I think just I need to follow the procedures, the post-surgery procedures. Definitely I would give my best to, understand what doctors are telling, that how to prepare yourself after the surgery. And I think, yeah, I mean, pretty much that. And I think being in the customer-facing role, it's very important for me. I think I'll be more confident now in speaking with them.
During the procedure following the pre-made slits, single and thin hair follicles were implanted in the hairline zone. This will provide him a completely natural and soft hairline with irregularities. In the frontal area and mid-scalp, double and triple hair follicles were implanted, adding the maximum density needed. In the crown region, also the same follicles were implanted, creating a swirl pattern. The graft distribution according to the zones provides completely natural results. In this case, a total of 5,750 grafts were implanted, all extracted from the patient's safe donor zone and beard area. As he had an advanced stage of baldness, additional donor grafts were required and careful planning was done to utilize the donor area safely without over-harvesting. Through this comparison, you can clearly see Ankitesh's scalp before surgery, where advanced baldness was visible, and the immediate post-surgery, where the newly implanted grafts are precisely implanted across the hairline, frontal area, mid-scalp, and crown. The coverage is well planned and the scalp would gain natural density with time. If Ankitesh's journey motivates you, start your hair restoration journey today by booking a consultation with our experts at QHT Clinic.
Today, we are sharing the journey of a patient whose hair loss began during his college days. To treat it, he went from one clinic to another, tried different medications, and even used minoxidil, but nothing worked out for him. Still, he never lost hope for a permanent solution. That's when he learned about hair transplants, and today, he's here to share his journey with you all. In this video, we will share his early struggles, surgery experience, monthly follow-ups, and the progress he's made in 5 months. So stay tuned until the end. Hair loss at such a young age not only affected his confidence, but also his day-to-day life. Now, in his own words, he will share the challenges he went through during those difficult times.
Hello guys, myself Alok Singh. I was facing hair loss problem since I was pursuing my BTech. Since then, I was trying to control hair fall and tried several medicines, several treatments. But finally, I realized that there is a permanent solution of hair transplant. In this regard, currently I am working in. So I was surfing on internet. How can I remove my baldness? Then I got to know about the Regrow Clinic, and I had seen the several reviews of several celebrities just like Daya and Rajpal Yadav and all these things. And I also consulted a few of my friends regarding this. And then I decided to come here. And today I had visited here, and hopefully I will get my treatment at the optimum rate. It's a preliminary stage. It is not so severe for me still because I have still number of hairs on my head. But if there is a possibility to regrow the things, whatever lost happened in the past, so why not try for it? So because of this, I visited here, and hopefully I will get best result from here. I was in BTech first year. I can observe that I had a huge number of hairs, and I had a ample amount of hair on my head. But day by day, it was keep on shedding, and later on, after final year, I can feel that yes, there is a huge number of shedding in both the lining of my head. That sometimes it's cause a lack of confidence, because you have everything, but you look good, but only because of hair loss, you feel a lack of confidence. So in this regard, I had visited some hospital as well, and they had given me one medicine. I had applied that name of the medicine is minoxidil oil, but it was not working at all. Means I had applied for more than 6 months, but I have not got enough result. Then I got fed up. I just left everything. Then I got to know about that regrow clinic, and then I visited here, and now I'm here, and I'm looking all around that people are working here very enthusiastically, and hopefully I will get the desired result from here. I came here and I'm a little bit nervous, because I had never done any kind of surgery in the past, and this is the very first time for me. And the counselor team has suggested that it might be 3,000 graft I had needed, but I think what I feel that 2,000 or 2,500 is enough for me. But I need to consult my doctor here, and they will provide me the better solution. Since I am a patient, I don't know how much it will need. Once everything will be done, I will definitely come back and I will discuss with you guys. And stay tuned with this channel and with us. Thank you so much.
If you are also experiencing hair loss or baldness, send us your pictures for a free consultation. Our experts are here to guide you, not sell. Got questions? Ask away. We're here to help. When he visited the clinic, our experts analyzed his scalp and diagnosed his baldness as Norwood Grade 3. At that time, he maintained slightly long hair to camouflage his receding hairline, a common attempt to cover bald areas and maintain confidence. But once his hair was trimmed for proper evaluation, the true extent of baldness became clear. His hairline had receded from both sides, and the frontal zone showed thinning. This left his frontal appearance weak and made his face look dull. The receding hairline not only affected his overall look, but also restricted his freedom to style his hair the way he wanted. He often felt conscious in social gatherings, as no hairstyle could properly hide the thinning front. While the mid-scalp and crown retained good density and required no surgical intervention, the frontal area demanded immediate restoration to bring back balance to his facial aesthetics. On the positive side, his donor zone presented strong and dense packing, with plenty of healthy follicles available for extraction. This gave us a confident foundation to plan his transplant. Once the scalp evaluation was complete, our experts proceeded towards the next step, which was hairline design. This stage is not just about drawing a line. It is about blending medical precision with artistic vision. The process began with shaving his head to provide complete visibility of the scalp, followed by thorough cleansing to prepare the skin for accurate marking. The new hairline was then carefully designed, keeping in mind his facial proportions, age, and natural hair growth pattern. Using the glabella point as a reference, exact measurements were taken to determine the ideal distance and symmetry of the hairline. The goal was to achieve a youthful yet mature look that complements his facial structure without appearing artificial. Along with the hairline, the entire affected frontal zone was outlined to identify the areas requiring restoration. These markings serve as a detailed surgical roadmap, guiding the precise placement of grafts during the procedure. Once the markings were finalized, the procedure began. Now, let's hear from him. How was his experience during the surgery?
Hello guys, good afternoon. Myself Alok Singh. From the YouTube and some other social media, I got to know about the regrow. Then I visited here, and I'm gonna share you from my today's experience of my hair transplantation. I was a bit nervous initially, because this is my first time I have ever been in the OT, operation theater. But I will like to inform you that the supporting staff, the doctor, then every other person are very, very supportive. and they had cooperated wonderfully. And I never feel any kind of headache and all these things, that what will happen, how it gonna works and all this. Every single question whatsoever I asked, they had replied me. And I'm right now, I'm finally, I can openly say here in the video that I'm content, completely content. There is no doubt left. Only I'm just waiting for my result. As guys are saying that it will take more than 6 months and 6 to 8 months. In the operation theater, I would like to say that before I got to start, everybody was asking, how are you feeling? What is your experience? I just say, this is my first time. I never been in the operation theater. And while doing the operation, while doing the transplantation, in every minute, doctor was keep on asking that whether you are suffering from any kind of pain, anxiety, and all these things. I just say no. Sometime I did this, and I just inform you. Then they provide me local anesthesia at that point, that particular place of my hair. And later on, I realized that at the end there is no pain, only little bit. Since I have some kind of surgery, so I have that kind of feeling of awkwardness, not anything else. If you talk about the hygiene was excellent. Every single time they were using the sanitizer, mask, and all these things, and they had given instruction to me as well, because right now my backside hair from my backside has been removed, so there is a kind of wound is there, so might be some bleeding and all these things, but they had given me ample amount of guidelines that if I will adhere those guidelines, then definitely there won't be any issue. Guys, you can see nearby my forehead, the density of hair was very low. So that was the main concern, because it kept on lower down my confidence. My backside hair was perfect, but forehead hair was not good actually. So because of that, I visited here, and I think near about 3,000 graft has been planted over my head, and there was a little bit pain, but it was natural actually, since it is a surgery, minor surgery, so pain is perfectly natural. So there is no issue in that. If you will visit here, you will do the plantation, then you will find it is quite easy. There is nothing to worry about at all, because they are very cooperative, very supportive, and they are expert actually in their field. Whatever technician was there, they were expert. They know how to deal the patient. The QHT session was wonderful. It was very fantastic. I will recommend you that if you are facing the same kind of hair loss problem, please visit QHT. They are very fantastic, and they will definitely satisfy you whatever your desire might be. And thank you for today. Thank you for the session. And I will meet you in the next video after having my hair back. Thank you.
The procedure began with the careful implantation of single and thin hair follicles in the hairline zone. This step is critical because the hairline frames the face, and using finer grafts here creates a soft feathered appearance that would grow as natural hair grows at the front. Moving further back, in the frontal area, our experts strategically implanted double and triple hair follicles. The purpose of this was to add volume and density, giving the front a fuller, more youthful look. This technique ensures that while the hairline remains soft and natural, the areas behind it appear thick and healthy. In this case, a total of 2,900 grafts were implanted, all extracted from the patient's safe donor zone. The donor area is genetically resistant to baldness, which ensures the transplanted follicles will continue to grow for a lifetime. Each graft was implanted at the correct angle and direction to match the patient's natural hair growth pattern, ensuring not just coverage, but a result that looks completely undetectable. If you want to know more about the procedure, comment hair transplant. Our experts will tell you every aspect of hair transplant. 1 month after the procedure, the patient visited our clinic to share how his journey had been so far and the precautions he followed during the healing phase. So, let's hear from him.
I started facing my hair shedding problem since 4 or 5 years ago, and I visited some other clinic as well, and they had provided me some therapies over there and given some medicine just like finasteride and minoxidil and all these things. I'd applied quite a few occasions, but I had observed that the hair falling rate has been increased. and it was not gonna stop. I tried other remedies as well, some Ayurvedic medicine and all these things, but I haven't got any relief over there. Then I discussed with my colleague, Mr. Dilip Verma, and he was also facing the same problem. And we had ample amount of research over internet that how can we get rid of from this problem. Actually, it's not huge problem. It's just like it's a load on your confidence. If you have ample amount of hair on head, then you feel little bit more comfortable in any kind of interview and anywhere in the party and all these things. So we thought if there is a 1% opportunity to repair these things, to rectify whatever damage has been already done, so why not go for it? So we had a healthy discussion with other friends, other persons. One of our colleagues also had done that transplantation, and he has suggested about that regrow clinic, and we came here. I think we had our transplantation on 4th of March, and today is 4th of April 2024, and it's 1 month, and we have came here for first PRP session, and it was nice session. I think not much pain we had faced here, and staff are very cooperative, and they are expert in their field, no doubt about it. But only thing is that initially when the hair was transplanted, it was looking very cool because so much hair was there on the head. But after 10 days, it's got shedding. It started shedding like anything. Now we can observe that we are on the same track. Hopefully we will recover, as the staff are saying that, the doctor is suggesting that till 3 months it will be shedding phase. So we are hoping that after 3 months when I will join here, I will come here. That will be good for our hair will be back. I'm going to discuss you the procedure of surgery and the condition, how I went through and how I feel. I'm going to explain every single thing. Before arriving at QHT center, we had healthy discussion with other guys, as already I had explained in the previous video. And here they take a sample of our blood and had numerous of tests. I cannot point out how many tests was there in that list actually. And one of doctor was suggested that you are qualified for surgery. Then we went on 4th of March, and at that day there was slitting made on the head actually. And in the evening we went to our hotel room, and next day in the morning around 8 a.m. we came here, and it took around 10-hour long surgery. They were removing hair from the donor area and implanting on the bald area, and it took around 10 hours, and it was little bit hectic actually. I am not saying very easy process, but it was cumbersome. And but you have to take faith on the technician and doctor and every staff. They are very supportive. They were telling that it will take, since it takes so many hairs needed, so that's why it is a time-taking process, and it took 10 hours. So that was little bit cumbersome process, and after that we went for the 4 or 5 day rest actually. In that period we felt little bit scars on the backside of donor area, and on the front area of the head we feel swelling as well, so, till 4 or 5 days, and after that it's got reduces day by day, and after 10 days I think everything was normal. The numbness on the transplanted area is remained till date, but it's not so much problematic. And after 10 days the shedding problem started. As you might have heard that people are very much scared about surgery, that it's a very tough surgery and what will happen, how much pain you will feel. I would like to say that it's just like a skin treatment. No, your only above portion of your skull will be damaged, will be tested by these needles and all these things. It's just like a skin treatment process, not like any any major surgery. It's not a major surgery. It's just minute surgery. So you need not to be so much scared about this thing. Just have patience. It's only thing I can say about that. It's a cumbersome, not very tough, not very horrifying. It's just you have to have patience, and you have to have belief. And my technique was QHT technique, which is quite advanced, I think. And little bit pain was there. I'm not denying it, but it was good overall. Overall experience was fine. As I have already told you guys that my transplantation has been done on 4th of March. Today is 4th of April. No, 5th of April. And you can observe clearly that the hair growth is already somewhere, and hair shedding is also same place. I will meet you in the next video after 1 month or more than 1 month. And thank you for watching us. Thank you.
During this 1-month follow-up, our experts carried out a detailed assessment of the patient's progress. By this stage, it was observed that the transplanted area showed minimal shedding, which is a completely normal part of the healing process. During this shedding phase, the visible hair shafts that were transplanted begin to fall out, but the follicle roots remain safely intact beneath the scalp. This temporary phase often causes patients to feel concerned, but it is actually a sign that the follicles are entering their natural growth cycle and preparing to sprout new, stronger hairs in the coming months. At this visit, the patient also underwent his first PRP, platelet-rich plasma therapy. Additionally, the donor area had healed completely. The patient expressed satisfaction with his recovery and shared how closely he followed the post-operative care instructions, which played a crucial role in achieving this smooth healing. 3 months after the transplant, the patient entered an important transitional stage in his recovery. By this time, the shedding phase was nearly complete, as most of the transplanted hair shafts had naturally fallen out. While this stage can sometimes feel discouraging for patients, it is actually a very positive sign. The shedding simply means that the follicles are resting and preparing to push out fresh, stronger strands of permanent hair. During this period, the native follicles continued to grow at their natural pace. This helped in maintaining a reasonable level of coverage, giving the scalp a somewhat voluminous appearance despite the temporary shedding of transplanted grafts. The combination of native growth and the underlying activity of transplanted follicles gave the patient reassurance that progress was underway, even if the new results were not yet fully visible. Another positive observation was the condition of the donor area. By the 3rd month, it had healed so well that it became almost completely undetectable. After this, the patient visited the clinic at the 5-month mark and shared his experience. Let's hear from him about how he felt seeing his early stage results.
First of all, I would like to thanks everybody that you guys are interested to see my video once again. And the cameraman is quite interested to deliver the real content this time. I would like to inform you that this is my 4th PRP. I have came here. And you can easily observe that from the improvement from the very beginning actually. In the first PRP, we had lots of doubt about how it will come and how it will grow and how it will look like. But now you can observe that till the 4th PRP, around till the 5 month, you can easily observe a significantly improvement on my hair lining. So as everybody is interested to know why I had chosen this hair transplantation. In my early time, my hair was quite good. So within 5 years, it got shedding, and it became very density became very low. So it was somehow it was just affecting your stability, and it's like a demotivating things. Wherever you go, somebody is questioning on you. Your age is just 30, and they look at you. Your hair fall is too much, and baldness is there on your head. So that thing was discouraging, and that thing was in the back of my mind. It was like that. Okay, don't worry, we will do the transplantation. So I had discussed with my colleague, Mr. Dilip Verma, as well. He was also suffering from same problem, even with higher magnitude. So I and he decided to come here, and we have successfully completed that secret project. So now we both are happy. Hello guys. I would like to inform about the transplantation process. I think we had came in the month of February, and that was the pleasant time to do the transplantation. And if you will ask me about the staff and the doctor and every supporting teams. If you talk about the technician and doctor, the doctor is also very experienced, very supportive, and they their supporting staff is very very active. At any moment of time, if you ask them, then they will provide a solution for anything. If you ask me about the day I gone through the surgery, it took around 10 hours, and people initially was telling me that it might be painful and all these things, but I will simply say it was not at all painful. You were halfly unconscious, and you just feel like something is happening on your head. Nothing like painful. After that, till 1 week, the process is little bit tedious. You have to take care your transplanted area and donor area, both area. You have to take intensive care. That is the only thing that is troublesome. Otherwise, everything is very simple. I would like to inform you that initially doctor has suggested about 2,800 graft, but the technician has added some more graft. Around 2,900 graft was implanted on my ball, and QHT technique was applied, which is quite advanced than older one, and which is very safe. And now you can observe the result is here. Still, it's only I think 5 months, and quite significant growth is there. And I am hoping better. It is not. I'm not still satisfied, but let's see how it will go through. If you talk about the healing time for the donor area and transplanted area, it's around 1 month. To be very frank, and if there is any kind of deviation you observe, please contact. I will suggest you. In my case, there was no deviation. Everything as per the plan, whatever the technician and doctor has suggested. First 10 days, you will feel like that nothing is happening. Some tedious thing is there, and after shedding phase, it will be like last near about 3 to 4 months. You will feel like that all the transplanted hair will gone. In my case, it's around 95% already gone. So I had asked many times to the technician and doctor that look at me, that even my parent hair also got damaged after this. But doctor was keep on telling that don't worry, it will come. So finally, you can easily observe from the very first PRP, and now till the fourth PRP, you can observe significant growth. And shedding phase is quite essential. It will come. You need not to worry. And if it come, then you have to think that it is positive sign. So as you see that if it's just like planting the paddy things on field. First it will decay. What we call it will shed, and later on it will grow from that thing. Guys, this is my fourth PRP session, and it's around 5 months after transplantation, and I'm observing the significant growth. And please wait for the next session that I will appear here after the final PRP, fifth PRP. Later on, I may do the PRP again, but I have decided only till fifth PRP. So it's fourth. Kindly wait for the fifth one, and hope for the best. And thank you so much.
5 months post-transplant, the progress was amazing. His newly designed hairline had started taking a well-defined shape, perfectly framing his face and giving him a much more youthful appearance. What once looked receded and thin was now blending seamlessly with his natural features. The frontal area displayed impressive density with the seamless merge of transplanted and native hair. From the front all the way to the crown, his hair was growing in a balanced and consistent pattern. When we compare his 5-month progress with his initial condition, the transformation is clearly visible. He now looks much younger, fresher, and more energetic. The previously thinned and receded areas have filled in beautifully, giving his hair a natural, balanced density. And the best part, this is just the beginning, as his results will continue to improve and enhance even further in the coming months. Today, we have an inspiring yet challenging case of grade 6 advanced stage baldness. Our 38-year-old patient, who came to our QHT clinic for his hair transplant, and he had been battling a severely receded M-shaped hairline, thinning in the frontal and mid-scalp area, and a completely damaged crown. This was not just about losing hair. It was about losing confidence, identity, and the freedom to face the world without hesitation. Each passing day, the mirror became a reminder of something missing. But at our clinic, we believe no stage of baldness is beyond repair when science, precision, and artistry work together. With our scientifically personalized approach, expert hairline design, and advanced transplant techniques, we set out to completely reverse his baldness and give him a natural, dense, and youthful look that not only restores hair, but also transforms life. Now let us take you through his extraordinary journey from day 1 to 730 days and witness the change that redefines what is possible. So you can see how one right decision, taken at the right time, has the power to transform not just your looks, but your life and confidence also. So stay tuned till the end of the video and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now let's take a look at the detailed journey of this patient's hair transplant transformation. First, we analyzed our patient's condition before, where he was facing the challenges of grade 6 baldness, with a completely receded hairline that had transformed into an M shape. Both the frontal and mid-scalp regions showed significant hair loss, and the crown area was also visibly damaged. Although his baldness had reached an advanced stage, there was one major advantage, but luckily, his donor area was in excellent condition. This played a significant role in making the entire transformation not just possible, but highly successful. After that, our experts performed an in-depth trichoscopic analysis of the patient's scalp, carefully assessing the hair-skin contrast, donor area density, and the overall health of each follicle. This step is critical because an accurate diagnosis at this stage determines the success and longevity of the results. Based on this thorough evaluation, a custom-shaped hairline was meticulously designed using the Laser Hairline Designer tool for precise mapping. The exact distance from the glabella point was measured to the millimeter, ensuring the hairline aligned perfectly with the patient's unique facial proportions for a naturally balanced and age-appropriate look. In addition to designing the hairline, our experts carefully marked the affected frontal and mid-scalp zones, creating a clear surgical blueprint. These markings serve as a scientific and artistic roadmap for the surgical team. This level of planning not only maximizes the use of available grafts, but also guarantees that the results will look natural both today and for many years to come. If you too are ready to transform your look, just like our patient did, book your consultation with our experts today and take the first step towards a confident new you. During the surgery, the procedure began with the precise implantation of ultra-refined single-thin hair follicles in the hairline zone to create a soft and naturally feathered appearance. At the same time, double and triple hair follicles were strategically placed in the frontal and mid-scalp regions to provide both enhanced volume and fuller coverage. For the crown area, single, double, and triple hair follicles were implanted in a swirl pattern at carefully varied angles, replicating the natural growth direction and restoring a harmonious flow to the hair. In total, 5,800 grafts were meticulously extracted from the patient's safe donor zone, ensuring only the healthiest and most viable follicles were used. From extraction to implantation, every stage of the procedure was executed with scientific precision and artistic results that would not only improve appearance, but also transform the patient's confidence. The follicles chosen from the back and sides of the scalp, the primary hormone responsible for male pattern baldness, ensuring long-lasting and sustainable growth for years to come.
Hi everyone, this is Varun Khanna. My baldness and my issues with hair fall started about 6-7 years ago. Hot shower every morning. I think that possibly added to my baldness, I do have a history of baldness in my family. My dad lost his hair, but again, uh, I think he started losing a lot of hair at around 50-year mark. So I was really concerned about my hair fall because obviously it makes you look a lot older versus having full set of hair. So I've done my research. I have looked around, different medications, different therapies outside of a hair transplant prior to making a decision on going down this route. And luckily for me, I was planning to make a trip to India last year, 2023, after almost 4 years because of COVID and all that was going on. So I came down to India and I was talking to my mom and dad about, my interest in getting a hair transplant done. But I came across QHT Regrow, which was recommended to us by a family friend. And then I started doing my own research, as all of us do. Moment we get to know about something, we try, put it on Google, read about it, read the reviews. Luckily, I came across the YouTube videos from QHT Regrow, went through maybe 20, 30 of those. And to tell you guys the truth, I was concerned because Haridwar again is not known for hair transplant, right? It's a holy city. I was pleasantly surprised. Moment I walked in for my appointment here at QHT Regrow, all the staff here is really, really professional. They treat you really well. They answer all your questions and they do it with a smile on their face. I think that goes a long way, right? And then I was introduced to the doctor here. Talking to him, I have lived outside of India. I've been to several countries. You can figure out that the doctor is really experienced and he has done it several hundred times. So that gave me a boost. I was very comfortable moving forward with QHT Regrow. And I was that comfortable that I made a decision within a couple of hours that I'm going to have my transplant surgery start from tomorrow, right? Moment I met the doctor. And everything was put to bed right there that I have no concerns. I did ask, obviously, because it's a surgery, I did ask them, what is the recovery process, how much of a pain it's going to be during the surgery and post-surgery. The staff and the doctors and the nurses, they all explained it really, really well. And I was pretty comfortable because, it is a surgery, right? End of the day, it's not like you walk in, get a procedure done and you are in and out. It's not like that, right? Depending on your baldness and how many of the grafts you need to cover your baldness. Starting from there, I would say that, moment my surgery started, I actually did not felt any single bit of pain. Obviously, when the anesthesia, goes down, you do feel a little bit of pinch, but it's not that bad, right? And even after post-surgery, my pain was not that bad at all. I had literally, I would say, really, really minor swelling because I have seen some folks who have gone through hair transplant surgery and their forehead and eyes have ballooned up. In my case, especially, and obviously QHT Regrow videos that I have seen, I have not seen anybody having that bad of a swelling. And my recovery was pretty good as well. I did a little bit of itch, but I think that's expected coming out of the surgery. All the instructions that were shared by the doctor and the staff here at QHT Regrow really helped me out. And good thing is that, you can WhatsApp message, right? And you can call the front desk. They will connect you to the nurse and the medical staff to address your concerns, right? Which I think stands out comparing to any other clinics I have been. Obviously, when you talk about, me living in United States for almost 20 years now, I know how much red tape we have in United States around the medical processes. They let you go through a queue, have you wait for a certain amount of time before you can actually connect to the nurse and get an answer to whatever concerns you have. Here at QHC, the turnaround time was great. Again, I was blown away by the professionalism here. And one thing that a lot of people would doubt about, which, again, I grew up in India, so I know how things work, right? One thing that was on back of my mind is, how clean the environment here is and how much of a precaution everybody from the staff who's doing my surgery is taking. And I was very convinced, looking around, obviously peeking here and there on how things work here. So it was really satisfying, and overall, most of my concerns were addressed really well. Post surgery, I did had to sleep in a certain manner for a week, and I followed up regularly with QHT staff. QHT staff followed up with me as well as to how I am feeling. I think that was nice for them to proactively reach out to me, obviously. And post that, I did got up. So kind of switching gears a little bit, right? Because I was supposed to leave for Chicago within a month's time period. I did got my first PRP done even before my hair transplant. And then I used a prescribed medicine for almost a year now, right? It's almost completing 1 year of my surgery, and I'm here for my second PRP. My growth has been pretty awesome. All my family, friends, everybody compliments my hair now, which is great, right? Because for last 5 or 6 years, I was on the verge of getting completely bald from the front of my head, and I would say crown area as well. So it's pretty awesome. I have been religiously taking all the prescribed medication, the oil, and some other pills, which has been great. I haven't felt any side effects as well, because some people have talked about, there are different myths about, oh, if you get a hair transplant, you get certain diseases, you end up, getting into some sort of, situation. But I am a testimonial of that those are all myth. Obviously, your doctor, they do your blood checkups and everything, and they see if you are a candidate for it. It's not like they'll make you walk through something and they want to just sell you idea of getting hair transplant. Shedding phase was okay too. I did lose hair during the shedding phase, and but I wasn't stressed about it. I think stress is the key, obviously, as we all know, in getting good set of hair, whether you have gone through hair transplant or if you have real set of hair. So I didn't stress a lot on the shedding part of things, because obviously I have seen a lot of videos and I've talked to the doctor. It's expected to lose hair. I really start seeing a lot of growth. I would say the 90-day mark of my hair transplant, where I could visibly tell the difference, where I was pre-surgery, pre-hair transplant versus post-hair transplant. I would say from 90-day onwards to 6 month, like 120-day mark, I think I had a great set of hair, and it was literally like the first time I got a formal haircut at a barber shop, because before that I was concerned, obviously, when you are getting a hair transplant, whether I should show up at the barber shop and get the haircut done. So I was just, managing my side locks and everything at home. And then at 6 month mark, when I went for the haircut, I mean, I literally have a huge, dense set of hair where I got the hair transplant done. And even in the backside where my donor area was, it was pretty much healed up. Like nobody could even tell that I've gotten the surgery done from a prospect of seeing any visible marks or anything. It looks as good as my original hair. It's kind of funny. I'll tell you the story also. When I was coming to India from Chicago last year, I haven't even met QHT people. I met somebody who's based out of New Delhi, and he was telling me about QHT regrow. But because of COVID reason and, some blockades, like people could not cross the states, he had to choose somebody in NCR region. And moment I saw this individual, I could tell the way his hair were transplanted, there were literally visible gaps. So I'm like, dude, if I get the hair transplant done, I don't want people to, moment they see me, to figure out, well, Varun has done his hair transplant. So I was like, I did ask him, after that was my first time meeting him, right? So I could not just throw that question or a curveball at him that, hey, did you get your hair transplant done? No. So it's a 15-hour flight, and, we got into the conversation. Obviously, my kids were up pretty much most of the duration. So slowly, when we eased into these conversations, I did ask him, right, he was telling me, oh, I got my hair transplant. I was supposed to go to QHT, but I ended up doing an NCR. And I did question him, like, why do you have these gaps? Because I could visibly tell that you have transplanted hair on the temple area. So he helped me a lot too from answering some of my questions. And he was like, go for QHT. They are the best. And, me coming here, talking to the staff, it kind of sealed the deal for me. And I think down the road, I'm here and I'm really happy with the results. And I definitely recommended my cousin who flew in from United States. He lives in Charlotte, North Carolina last year. I think it was November. He got his hair transplant in. And then I have a friend of mine who's coming down next week for his hair transplant. So, all right. So as far as the hair transplant is done, I got the transplant done in my crown area, the middle area, and the frontal area. So pretty much this was all, I would say, really weak, where people can call me a bald guy because of that, right? So I got about 5,800 grafts done through QHT Technique. And I was convinced that I want to do QHT because the way it was explained to me by the doctors here, that, it's like they have techs on the go, and, they kind of taking the hair out from the donor area, and without spending a lot of time or keeping it on their desk or plate, transplanting it directly. So that keeps, I guess, all the necessary elements of a hair intact, because the process is done in a quite quick manner, as QHT stands for, right? So I think that was pretty good. As far as my surgery, it's been almost a year. My growth has been awesome. Like, I get compliments from people, and I did not talk about my surgery to my colleagues who are obviously from Chicago and United States, and they asked me what I have done to my hair in last 1 year or so. So I take it as a positive compliment. I'm really happy with the results. So no regrets. Go for it. It doesn't hurt you. I mean, it does hurt a little bit, but that's part of our surgery. You have pain medication management. You have everything that you could ask for. As a grown man, I think I would say the intensity of pain is probably 0.5 in my case. So I would say don't sit back. It gives you, I guess, 10 years of your age back from my perspective. So I'll take it. And I think finance and investment is all obviously one of the important factor when you choose your hair transplant procedure, because you do have to invest some money. But I think comparatively, based on the results that I have seen on the different videos and testimonials, what I have heard from other people, I think everything was awesome from a pricing perspective, financial perspective, and obviously from the results perspective, it worked out really well. Like, this was my donor area, right? Primarily, this is your donor area when you go through the hair transplant. And, I can't tell. I keep looking at it myself as well to see if it is visibly different from what it used to be before the hair transplant surgery, but I couldn't tell anything. So overall, it's a great procedure. Again, not too expensive. Pain management is good. And again, I would highly recommend to get it done. There is no point holding on to it or waiting for you to get completely bald, because you don't want to get completely bald and then opt for hair transplant. That will possibly, in a way that people will remember it. You have got the hair transplant then. So even if you're midway, I think there are different surgeries and recommendations, and doctor can recommend you, but they'll tell you what's right to do at what time. So I would say go for it again. All right, you can see my before hair transplant pictures here, right? And then on my left side of the screen, you can see my post hair transplant results, and how much of a growth I have had and how different it looks from a density perspective as well. All right, thanks QHT. You guys rock, and I'm really happy. So I really appreciate everything that you guys have done, from doctors to medical staff to nursing staff. All right.
By the 12-month mark after the transplanted follicles had matured beautifully, giving the hairline a sharp, well-defined and aesthetically balanced shape. Lush growth was evident across the frontal region, while the crown area, once sparse and lifeless, had now developed into a flawless natural swirl that perfectly mimicked natural hair direction. The harmony between transplanted and native hairs was so seamless that it was impossible to distinguish one from the other, resulting in an overall look that appeared effortlessly natural. Another remarkable achievement at this stage was the donor area, which had healed flawlessly without any visible scarring, showcasing the precision and finesse of our experts' advanced extraction technique. It is important to remember that every patient's growth and recovery timeline is unique, and with the right planning, execution and aftercare, such transformations are not only possible, but also sustainable for years to come. If you want to know more, comment on hair transplant.
And I got my hair transplant done in the year 2023. So it's been 2 years, and I've been through 3 rounds of PRP post my hair transplant, and overall I'm really happy with the results. In fact, I have recommended my cousin who got his hair transplant done here last year. He's very happy as well. And I also recommended tons of my friends too. I'm hoping they'll stop by QHT as well. So yeah, that's my overall experience. Awesome. Yeah, on the day of surgery, I think the doctor and the staff here was very helpful, friendly. They made sure that I'm following along with the instructions that they were giving me. At the same time, they were pretty informative about the steps that they're going to take. So they were keeping me in the loop. That made me feel really comfortable. And then they offered me, an option to speak up if I'm having some discomfort or pain, which I did, so they did added some additional anesthesia for me when it was wearing off. My surgery lasted, actually, I did it in 3 sittings. And since my grafts were really high, 5,800, so it has to be done in 3 sittings. And I spent about 6 to 8 hours for the good portion of those 3 days. I think the one thing that really impressed me about the cleanliness and the professionalism of not only doctors, but the staff here as well. They were very friendly. They offered me, to take a break for washroom, snacks and everything. So they really took care of me. And, I was very comfortable, although this process is pretty invasive, but I'll tell you, I didn't felt any pain during the process, and I was very happy, that I was scared originally about going through this procedure, especially it has to do with your head, and you don't want to take a chance. But the way I was operated and the transplant was conducted, I knew that, I choose the right place. So yeah, it was wonderful. Yeah, as far as the surgery is concerned, I luckily haven't gone through surgery anywhere, but I've seen my relatives going through that surgery and operations and OD and whatnot. It usually is pretty stressful environment where people get scared and feared for what's there to come. But I think here, because of the constant communications and hearing what a doctor and their staff is going to do next, it really make you feel at ease, because you know what's coming next, right? There's supposed to somebody just putting a needle down your head or something. So I really like that part. I think it was awesome. So yeah. Yeah, I think the post-surgery instructions were shared with me from what diet to take, how often I need to spray the saline water. And then also I stopped by, because I was not too far from the QHT clinic. I stopped by for the first wash as well. In between, the staff followed up with me on my phone number, constantly asking me how I'm doing and everything. One other thing that I felt was awesome, because obviously, like everybody, I did tons of research on YouTube, and I literally had not much swelling. Like I've seen people forehead ballooning up, right? I did have some swelling, but it was not visible. So it was awesome, and I felt at ease because I was not seeing any signs. Obviously, going through the surgery is a little scary, but the way everything worked out for me, I couldn't ask for anything more than that. And the follow-ups were there continuously, even post a year from the surgery, where somebody from the staff had followed up. During the course of that, I did have questions, right? But then I knew that somebody would follow up, at the morning of their time. So yeah, it was good, and I really liked dealing with their staff as well as the rest of the crew here. So yeah, my overall experience post surgery has been great. I had a good growth of hair within like 6 to 9 months of span, right? Got a lot of compliments from my friends and family, even from my colleagues at work. So I felt great about it. I think the results are awesome where I was before hair transplant, and I got to the decision because I'm like, this is the right time for me. And a lot of people who are on the fence about not going through the hair transplant, I would highly recommend them to go do that. It's not that painful. It's managed by doctors and the staff really well, and then they have medication to manage your pain. And quite honestly, like, I stopped taking painkillers within 3 to 4 days after my surgery. Never touched that after. So don't be scared. Don't be on the fence. Go for it. I think it's kind of a life-changing event because you lost hair, you kind of got bald, and then you get full set of hair, which, by the way, are your own hair. It's not like you're putting a hair patch, which obviously looks really fake. And I did visit a shop where somebody recommended me to put a hair patch, but I hated it because off the bat it looks fake, right? So I think hair transplant is the way to go, and I would highly recommend anybody who wants to go down that path. All right, so I've been into this journey for 2 years now. My transplant was done in 2023. I think the hair growth has been awesome. This is my third PRP, and I try to visit India from Chicago every year. So I'm looking forward to coming next year, continue my journey and share my story, and obviously get one more PRP done while I am here. So good luck to everybody who's trying to get their hair transplant done. Again, I highly recommend QHT. It's the right place for you guys. Good luck.
These are our patient's 24 monthly results, where he got the final outcomes. The transformation was nothing short of a 360-degree turnaround. The kind of change he experienced was beyond even his own expectations. A person who once held himself back from fully enjoying his youth because of the constant self-consciousness about his appearance was now living life with complete freedom and confidence. The right decision at the right time can completely change not just your look, but your life. A hair transplant doesn't just bring back your hair, but it brings back your lost confidence too.
Hello friends, if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you will get update on every video.